So how should you trade 2020? What should be your narrative? What can you get from 2019 that will propel you to trade better, make more this 2020? So if you want to know more about that, check this video out. Hi everyone, this is Marvin Germo. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and smash that bell so you get updated every time I create new content about the stock market. My goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers over the next few weeks, and I just want to share my journey towards investing, and I just hope that you guys be part of it, that we see more and more Filipinos reach for their dreams and their goals of financial freedom. So enjoy the rest of the video. So as 2019 comes to a close, and as we hit 2020, of course, the biggest narrative of people is they're looking for, I don't know, they're looking for resolutions or themes on what they can expect for the coming year. By the way, I'm still here in Korea for our Christmas holiday break, vacation. I hope you guys are having a good Christmas break as well with your family, with your loved ones. And I hope that you get to use this time to also assess your trade. So by the way, for you to move forward also on how you could do better on your investments, for you to move forward on how you can make more, is to assess where you are also in 2019. What I normally do at the end of the year, I assess my trades, not just the winning ones but the losing ones as well. Unbeknownst to many, people always think that those who are long in the market, those who have done well in the market, don't make mistakes. That's not true. Every time you're in the market, mistakes are always there. There will always be opportunities where you will buy the wrong stock. And my goal is I assess them and figure out, did I sell wrongly because I became emotional? Why did I pick this stock? And please remember this, my goal is I have a checklist. That checklist are my parameters on what I want to buy for a certain stock, meaning those are based on technicals, fundamentals, and that's where I have a watch list on the stocks that I want. Meaning the stocks that I would want basically are, or the stocks that I would buy are the ones that at that moment in time are number one on the checklist. So at the end of the year, I would review what was my rationale. Why did I buy this stock? Why was it number one as compared to this? What indicator did I use? Should I have bought the second best stock instead of the first at that given moment in time? So I'd assess what was my mistakes, and I would try to refine it over and over and over. So people have been asking also over the past few years, what indicators, parameters, technical techniques have I used and I've carried over. And I've been saying this over and over the past years already. My main style: support, resistance, draw my own trend lines, use the candlesticks, and use moving averages. That's why if you notice most of the videos, yun yung madalas ko pinapakita, because that's something that I've been so strong over the past years. That's something that I've utilized massively. So what are the things that you could expect, or what could you tweak? What could you use for 2020? Please notice this from an economic standpoint. Backtrack 2018, the biggest problem of the economy at that time was inflation was high. Interest rates had to go up because of that. The dollar was high as well. Oil prices were high also, and it became a ripple effect. There was a lot of uncertainty as towards where the economy was. Come to where we are today, 2019, inflation is low. Then they've started to put down interest rates. The dollar is not as high as where it was last year. Oil is still at a much better pace, cheaper pace than where it was last year. Meaning all of the fears from 2018 are out the window as well. 2019 though, we placed already some sort of, there were some things off the curb that some conglomerates got hit based on what's happening naman on the government. But above and beyond that, looking at the economy per se, our economy is running well. So what could you expect for 2020 to propel us higher? What I really believe is this: if the trade war, which a lot of people have seen over the past few days, that it's now showing a glimmer of hope, that the worst, as they say, is over, then there might be an uptick also in our electronic or export sector. Please note also, and I've said this in different videos, Surtech, IMI pretty much have been battered because their exports. Please remember, the Philippines exports a lot of electronics outside, especially to China, Japan, and the US, and that if the trade war gets better, then it's a good sign that our economy will, from that particular segment, that particular sector, may see better signs of recovery, because over the past few quarters, it really isn't as good. Now, that being said, also, what one more thing that I would want to pick up is this. You have to notice that uh, 2019 was pegged to be a year where uh, construction, all of the plans that would have been placed under build now started to go at a much stronger effect. The problem lang there was this: over the course of the year 2016, 17, 18, 19, there's been a lot of underspending, meaning hindi nagagamit yung buong budget, hindi nagagamit lahat ng na-allocate. And then the budget for 2019 was approved almost mid-year already, meaning all of the plans, all of the constructions that could have been propelled, could have been started a bit late. So what you could expect for 2020 is basically this: if the budget gets approved early and then a lot of the other construction projects come into fruition, come into full swing, then that could be a highlight, that could be a bright spot for 2020, that we see a lot of the infra plans. Because this is what I think could possibly happen, since Duterte is stepping down already by 2022. There's just more than 2 years left before he steps down. It actually means this: they're gonna ramp up a lot of those construction projects. They're gonna ramp up a lot of those construction plans. So that's one. I think that's a very, very good upside. In terms of cement, though, people are asking how would cement get better. Please remember, the biggest competitor of the cement companies here are basically that it's cheaper for them to get cement from the outside. It's not as competitive. So lamang lang ng Eagle Cement, though, is basically, since San Miguel has a lot of construction and Eagle is affiliated to San Miguel, it's in the same group of companies. It actually could entail that all of the construction, all of the cement needs of all of the construction that San Miguel would do or would pass through Eagle. So that's one. Then what I would look at is this: there are a lot of companies that, if you notice it, I've been mentioning this in previous videos as well, the companies that were down in 2018, the URCs, Cebu Pacifics, the FGens, the JG Summits, they're the ones that are doing well this year. Holcim sucked in 2018, but it's one of the best performers also in 2019. What you can do right now is, who are the ones that are fundamentally sound? Meaning, this is not just looking at it from a macro perspective already, but you can look for it from a company basis, but have been massively battered for 2019, because they could be candidates for better reversals for 2020. So you can look at this. MPI, as of this point in time, is so undervalued. It's undervalued because of all of the things that have happened. Manila Water, the same thing. Jollibee also has dropped massively. You look for the ones that have underperformed. You look for the ones that you were expecting to do better but did not do better. They could be candidates for the ones that could push higher over the next year. Then you could also add, I don't know, Pure Gold, MRSGI, as long as we're a consumption-driven economy. But at the end of the day, the results, the earnings should also follow. So that could be a prevailing theme. Look at companies that the fundamentals are good. Look at companies that they're doing amazingly well. But as they're doing amazingly well, the fundamentals is following. Let's walk na lang din. Medyo na inip ako sa area na to. The reason why I stayed here also, because it's quiet. The problem with doing outdoor videos is it's a bit noisy. That's why if you notice, a lot of the videos that I've been creating lately, I've been trying to do it indoors so that I control the sound, but medyo nakakainip lang din. So there. So just to reiterate the things that I've been saying, if build continues to go into full swing, a lot of those construction projects will push through, and that will be a boost for the economy. Number two, look at the export sector, how the trade war, if it gets better, how it will result into something better for 2020, especially for our export sector. Then I really believe that we're still a consumption-driven economy. There's been headlines lately that our remittances have gone up still massively. So that's very, very good for domestic consumption. And also, here's the thing, no? Here's what I like. Banks here will make a lot of money still. The banking sector will be very, very good if interest rates. Think about this. If interest rates are lower, more and more people will borrow as well. So there will be different scenarios where banks can still make a lot of money because they can make money from loans. They can also make money from the trading gains that they would actually have. So I'm not too keen on mining. I'm not too keen. The Pogo sector though. What could possibly happen. One of the reasons why there was a certain point this year, Ayala Land dropped, Mega World dropped, Philinvest dropped. There were some corrections. There were some corrective moves on some of the property stocks. It's basically because of this, because of the Pogo, and then because China's forcing, not forcing, but issuing that please close down the illegal pogos that's happening here in the Philippines. So what I've seen over the past months is the ones that are illegal, the ones that are not paying taxes, the ones that are not giving the right compensation have been shut down. There's been a lot of inspections going on. I don't know how it will progress, but there's a couple of things that I do know, that as long as pogo's here, property prices will continue to go up. You can expect an uptick still for property developers. You can still expect an uptick for rental properties, both for business and also for residential. You can also expect that since there's a lot of Chinese here, consumption will continue to just progress. So that could be another leg in terms of where our economy is headed. Our economy is still consumption. Our economy is still remittances. Our economy is still POGO, BPO. Then you add POGO, then you add construction. And I do hope na tourism also becomes another leg sana in our economy, that we see tourism boost. If we see tourism boost, and particularly based on what's happening with our newfound relationship with China, more Chinese tourists will come. It will bolster and it will be very, very good for our economy as well. So, done. Next, I hope you're learning. Please comment below if you're learning. Please comment below if you're getting something. You know me, wherever I am, I'll just try to pump out as much content as I can give you, because ganun eh. You know what's interesting? I'm in a vacation, but this is something that makes me feel alive. That's why I make videos like this, because you will always revert to something that you love to do. You will always revert to something that in spite of, syempre it's nice to be in a vacation, but you always do things that makes you feel alive. And I create videos like this because it makes me feel alive. It's something that's so nice, having the ability to be able to impart things to other people. For me, that's the game. That's something that that money or any other intangibles any other thing cannot replace it. So there. What else? So 2020, I think all of the things that have been good also in terms of our foreign reserves, our gold reserves, it's still in full swing. For our GDP though to increase, I think exports should do well. They should at least we should try to produce more and sell it out. And also, I don't know if our agriculture will somehow do better, because that's one thing that's lagging for us, because we keep buying stuff overseas and then consume it here. So the thing about that is it helps domestic consumption, but it's time that we produce something also that the world also needs it, that we could make money also by selling stuff to the world. So that could be a challenge also for those who want to be entrepreneurs here, but I think that's one of the biggest X factors that could cause our economy to move higher. So that's what I think you should look out for. Then you also add to the mix, number one, what's happening, the companies that are under the radar of the government, the ones that have a negative implication. You watch out, will the issues still persist for 2020? Because if the issues still persist for 2020, there's a big chance that, hey, they might not also move up and they might be battered down still. But if the issues die down, then expect they could be undervalued targets for stocks that you could actually buy. Or in this case also, you could also watch out for stocks or companies that are aligned towards the current administration, companies that are in peace or in stride, or companies that are aligned with them will probably get or land good deals or get better acquisitions as well. So you can add that also to your list. You can add that to companies that you would also want to watch out for as well. So I guess that's it. It's all about also you focusing on what your plan will be. It also will go on what do you want to do, how will be your narrative towards 2020. If markets continue to drop, the economy doesn't do so well, then it might be also good to be in cash. But if you see it still do well, you see that the companies or whatever listed companies their earnings will be robust, whatever it is. Comment below as a proper pronunciation for it. But if the earnings will be so well, so good, and valuations will substantiate that, and then there's no more risk abroad, then you could expect also markets to go up as well. But another thing you need to look at is also the risk that we have globally. If there's a lot of fear and there's a lot of risk off sentiment, of course we will also get hit as well. There has to be still an analogy that that people will be willing to buy our stocks, will be willing to come in our markets at a much higher price as well. So I guess that's it. There's always a lot of things to look forward to, and rest assured that I'll just keep on updating you. I'll just give you as much content as I can, so that you guys can analyze the markets with confidence. I hope this made sense. I hope that you guys got something from it. I hope this is something also that will teach you and show you the proper narrative, that hey, you don't have to actually just base everything on hyper speculation, but you can also buy based on the underlying data that's there as well. So that's it for now. Happy New Year to all of you. Merry Christmas to all of you. I hope this holiday season is something that allows you also to recharge, unwind, and also position for a better 2020. So that's it for now. Marvin Germo, still here in Seoul, Korea. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.